Tonight, the dark waters of the Arabian Sea are no longer reflecting the moonlight. They are stained red by the trails of hypersonic fire tearing through the atmosphere. The unthinkable has just happened. The symbol of absolute American naval supremacy, the nuclear-powered USS Abraham Lincoln, is under direct saturation attack. This is not a drill. This is not a proxy skirmish in the shadows. Tehran has just placed its chips on the table in an all-in gamble. The sky above the Persian Gulf has erupted into a chaotic web of interceptors and incoming warheads. And for the first time in modern history, the world is asking the terrifying question: did the Iron Dome of the U.S. Navy just shatter? Let's look at exactly what is happening right now. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has stopped playing games. They didn't just fire a warning shot across the bow, they unleashed a saturation strike. Reports are flooding in of a coordinated, multi-layered assault that seems to have been planned for years. It began with a swarm of hundreds of Shahed suicide drones, low-cost, slow-moving, loitering munitions designed to confuse and overwhelm American radar systems. They were the bait. But hiding behind that wall of slow-moving drones were the real killers, the Fattah-2 Hypersonic Cruise Missiles. These are weapons that defy physics, maneuvering at speeds exceeding Mach 5, zigzagging to dodge American interceptors. Unlike traditional ballistic missiles that fly in a predictable arc, these hypersonic glide vehicles stay low, hugging the curvature of the Earth to stay under the radar horizon until the very last second. Inside the Combat Information Center of the USS Abraham Lincoln, the atmosphere is suffocating. The alarms are screaming vampire, vampire, the NATO code for incoming anti-ship missiles. The destroyers guarding the carrier, the Arleigh Burke-class escorts, are pushing their Aegis combat systems to the breaking point. The vertical launch cells are emptying, firing SM-6 and SM-2 missiles into the night sky, creating a desperate dome of fire over the fleet. The Phalanx close-in weapons systems are spinning, spitting thousands of rounds of tungsten per minute. It is a wall of American steel against a wave of Iranian fire. But here is where the story gets terrifying. The smoke hasn't cleared, and the narratives are already at war. From Tehran, the message is jubilant and chilling. Iranian state media is claiming that the target has been penetrated. They are asserting that multiple hypersonic warheads punched through the Aegis shield and slammed into the flight deck and hull of the 100,000-ton Supercarrier. They are using words like irreversible damage and catastrophic loss. They are broadcasting animated simulations of the carrier burning, fueling a nationalistic frenzy. But look at the Pentagon. A terrifying silence has descended over Washington. There are no immediate denials. No photos of an intact ship are being released to the press. Just a brief, vague statement acknowledging an intense interception event in the Arabian Sea. In the world of military intelligence, silence speaks louder than words. If the Lincoln was fine, we would see a video of planes launching from her deck within the hour to prove it. The ambiguity is fueling the panic. Has the floating fortress of the United States finally bled? We have to understand the gravity of this moment. Why now, and why this level of aggression? This is what analysts are calling the Persian trap. Iran isn't just trying to sink a boat. They are trying to rewrite the rules of global warfare. If a hypersonic missile can successfully take out a U.S. aircraft carrier, then the entire doctrine of American power projection is obsolete overnight. The age of the carrier is over. Tehran wants to drag the entire Middle East into a vortex of fire. They know that by striking the Lincoln, they force the United States into a corner. America now must choose: retreat and lose its status as a superpower, or retaliate with overwhelming force and start a war that could consume the region. And look at the markets. They are reacting to the fear. The price of Brent crude oil is going vertical, spiking like the heartbeat of a panic attack. Gold is surging. The Strait of Hormuz, the jugular vein of the global economy, is effectively one button press away from being closed forever. If that strait closes, the global economy doesn't just recede, it crashes. Supply chains for energy will shatter instantly. Right now, every U.S. base from Al Ubaid in Qatar to the 5th Fleet headquarters in Bahrain is at DEFCON 2, the highest state of readiness short of nuclear war. Pilots are in their cockpits, missile silos are being primed, the world is holding their breath. We are witnessing a clash of eras. It is steel versus speed. It is the Aegis shield versus the hypersonic spear. The line between deterrence and total collapse is now as thin as a razor's edge. We must also consider the technical nightmare the U.S. Navy is facing. The Aegis system was designed to shoot down ballistic missiles and aircraft, but hypersonic glide vehicles are a different beast. They fly inside a plasma sheath, a layer of superheated gas that absorbs radio waves, making them intermittently invisible to radar. If Iran has truly mastered this technology, possibly with help from Russian or Chinese engineers, then the Abraham Lincoln is fighting a ghost. This is the moment military historians have warned about for a decade, the moment where cheap, mass-produced offense overwhelms expensive, sophisticated defense, a $2 million missile killing a $13 billion ship. The math of war has changed. The Persian Empire has played its strongest card, but they may have woken a sleeping giant. The question is no longer, can the Lincoln survive? The question is, what kind of apocalyptic firepower is the United States about to unleash in return? Will we see Tomahawk strikes on Tehran? Will we see the B-21 Raider make its combat debut? Or will this escalate to a nuclear standoff? We are monitoring the situation minute by minute. If the Lincoln is burning, tomorrow morning breaks on a completely different world. Stay tuned, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You do not want to miss what happens next.